truly is a right-handed world. My dad's left-handed. I remember as a kid him telling me, and I may not be remembering this exactly accurately, but it's basically my remembrance was that, you know, he told me as far as being left-handed that Americans were actually had a propensity to be more right-handed than the rest of the world. Come to find out that's not exactly true. It's not true at all, really. There's actually countries that are even more right-handed than the United States. But long story short, with this right-handed thing, if you look at the entire population of the world, irregardless of geography, it's right around 10% of the population is going to be left-handed. So most of us are right-handed. But, you know, like a lot of things, you got two hands, might as well use both of them. Definitely have to when you're playing the guitar. But I got to thinking, because I devised this music that I played in this video. I basically came up with it. My whole goal going into it was just to come up with something where I could work on my right hand technique. But anyhow, got to thinking, using both hands, and I remember, you remember the pitcher, Greg Harris? Probably not, but he was a big league pitcher, pitched for the Texas Rangers for a long time. Also, I think he finished his career with the Red Sox. He's a right-handed pitcher, but he's actually also a very good left-handed pitcher, you know, relatively good. He could, you know, off arm, left hand, he could actually throw a baseball over 80 miles an hour. Which, again, in relative terms, in the big leagues, throwing 80's not going to get it done for the most part. There's obviously exceptions, but for the most part, if your fastball's in the 80's, you're not going to be long for the big leagues. But he actually, you know, towards the end of his career, he threw an inning where he threw to a batter right-handed, and then he switched through the next two batters left-handed. Pretty incredible. Or the golfer Vijay Singh, very successful golfer in the 90s, 2000s, early 2010s, was probably Tiger Woods' biggest rival at one time. And at one time, I'm not sure if this is true anymore, but he was actually a scratch golfer left-handed as well, which is just mind-boggling for a weekend hacker such as myself. If you have any familiarity with golf, I mean, just being scratch, very high bar for most of us. Eric Gales, he's actually right-handed, but he plays the guitar left-handed. He plays a right-handed guitar upside down. So lots of unique technique is used. Very talented dude. But he basically, he learned from basically mirror imaging his brother, who taught him how to, got him started on the guitar. So he took a right-handed guitar, flipped it upside down, and watched his brother and basically tried to do the same thing, set up left-handed. You know, when I'm just hacking around on the guitar, practicing, a lot of times I'm not plugged into anything. So, you know, I got a electric guitar acoustically, and every time I plug in, what's exposed is my sloppy left-hand technique. But again, thinking about right hand versus left hand, right hand's up. And that's for, I'm a right-handed person. So for a left-handed person, it would be the opposite of what I'm about to say. But right hand, very important for getting dynamics. Also very important for rhythm, timekeeping purposes. But what I was going to say is every time I plug into an amp, or maybe I said this already, but I'm going to say it again. Every time I plug into an amp, my sloppy left-hand technique is exposed. Because, and again, going back to playing an electric guitar acoustically, not making a lot of noise. So you kind of, or at least I can, kind of trick myself into thinking that what I'm playing is going to sound good. Then I plug into an amp, and I really have to tighten up my left hand every time. And I think I know the song better than I do, and then my sloppy left-hand technique kind of screws it up, and I have to tighten all that up. So long story short, as much as I want my right hand to be the most important thing and making me sound good on the instrument, unfortunately, it's not true. So I'll keep working on that left hand.